You're listening to The Illuminated Ally, a podcast about tapping into the unfiltered voice of enlightenment. Each week, we are pulling back the veil with no chaser to step closer to the inner standing of yourself and your gifts. So when times are dark and life just doesn't make any sense, tap in with your go-to psychic transformation specialist to tackle the ins and outs of spiritual evolution. This isn't just a podcast, it's an enlightenment. I'm your host, Teaira, the Spiritual Valkyrie. Welcome back to another episode of the Illuminated Ally. Again, I'm your host, Teaira, and I am so excited that you're here with me. If this is your first time listening, welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your returning time listening, or if this is your second time or third or whatever, if you've been here with me, thank you again for being here with me every time that I post another episode and video. So let's just hop right into it. So I told you in previous episodes, the last episode particularly, that we're going to be talking a lot more about dreams and the different aspects that come with it. Now, dreams can be a heavy topic, or it can be an interesting topic if you're into it. If you're not, that's okay. But we're going to talk about it here. We're going to talk about a lot of things that has been coming up for us and energetically this month. So before I even get started, I really want to focus on letting you know what the energy of the month is. And if you don't know anything about, when I talk about the energy, I'm talking about what we can expect energetically that can be impacting our lives during this month. And how I do that is I use numerology as well as any channeled messages that come to me. In that sense, if you can see behind me, I do have a calendar there because I made and created a whole calendar for 2024. It is the Essence of Abundance calendar. And so what I'm going to do is read off the forecast that I made for this month, particularly for October 2024. And take a listen. So here we have it, the Universal 9-month for October 2024. The Universal 9-month. We've come full circle to the Universal 9-month, marking the end of a monthly cycle, despite not being the end of the year. In January of this year, the focus was on broadening your perspective and finding the joy in every moment, whether you close the door or open another. This time around, it is ideal to approaching your life with honesty, diplomacy, and truth. The number 9 signifies humanitarianism, compassion, and forgiveness on one end, and divisiveness, war, and anger on the other. The path you choose is entirely up to you. This month, focus on taking your healing journey seriously and avoiding distractions. That includes the media and distractions in your personal life. Identify what matters most and what deserves your attention. To attract more abundance during this time, go deeper into your spirituality, approach healing with compassion, and stop highlighting things that is not a part of your identity. Reclaim your power and use this time to nurture any aspects of yourself that requires a little extra TLC. That's the forecast for this month, October 2024, and that is your Universal 9-month. All right, so let me know in the comments if you resonate with that forecast. It's already a few weeks, it's the second week into October, and we've already been experiencing a lot of different things. And specifically, I would talk about a lot of the distractions that come up in our energetic field. And so how this relates to dreams particularly is right now, I really want you all to realize that we are heavily impacted by the collective energy. Some people like to say that, that they're empaths, and they are. Some people are empaths. Some people are just very sensitive to energy. But overall, the collective energy, we are very impacted by that. Therefore, we're going to be experiencing different realizations based off of the environment that we're surrounded by at this moment. Now, with that being said, your dreams are going to be impacted. If you have been dreaming, if you have been experiencing wild dreams or messages, or you're picking up on other people's energy and you're not necessarily cleansing yourself, you're not clearing your energy, and your dreams are being affected, there are ways to go about supporting yourself and making sure that your energy is clear and you're having a little bit more understanding or understanding of what is taking place in your dreams or why it's happening, whether it's your energy or somebody else's. And I talk a lot about this when it comes to dream work because if you don't know, I do specialize in dream interpretation, activation, and just dream work in general. Okay. Now, with that being said, you have the opportunity to join my Dream Warrior coaching program that is starting November 1st. Okay. So if you're somebody who's already been dreaming, or you're a healer or practitioner, or you're someone who's very sensitive and you've been experiencing dreams on a high level or mid-level, and you're trying to have a better connection to them and you're trying to utilize them in your waking life so that they can support you in the journey that you're going through and you're healing. This is the program for you. And in this program, is 6 weeks. I'm going to be talking about all of the things that that I have learned, and I've learned the hard way sometimes, but with all the things that I've learned in my dream journey to support you in your healing journey, whether it's connecting with your ancestors and your loved ones and spirit team, or whether it's like trying to determine if it's a prophetic dream, a processing dream, a energetic transmission. Like, there's so many things that we could talk about in the dreams. And not only are we going to be talking about how to process and interpret your dreams, we're also going to be going through the process that I had to go through, in a sense, but easier, around how to utilize your dreams in the waking world. So if you have problem, conflict, anything of that sort, you can utilize your dreams to support you in solving that problem or conflict, or to connect with your guides to help you support you in any particular issue that you may be having. Or if you're looking to manifest more things, or you're looking to receive support and unblocking some blockages, this is one of the things that you can be doing. Okay. So I'll pretty much tell you about all of that, but I'm literally coaching you within a group of people so that we can connect. And I'm actually helping you not only interpret your dreams, but you being able to help someone else do the same. So if that's something that you're interested in, go to queenswithlitdreams.com and fill out an application, and it's all linked down here. So I hope to see you there, and we're just going to get started. And by the way, there's going to be a whole process behind this. It's going to be a whole lit vibe. And if you have worked with me before, you already know this is the type of work that I do. And I'm already excited to have that container to really explore your dreams in Dreamscape. So we're just going to go right in it. But when it comes to the dreams, the message I'm going to give you all today, hope you take this and leave with it and know that this is for you. You're being impacted by the collective energy. What does that mean? That means literally everything that's going on with you at this exact moment has some type of interference or intertwining or any mingling with the energy that's around you. It sounds pretty basic to figure out, like, oh yeah, my energy is impacted by the energy around me. Yes, we know that. That's called vibrations and frequencies, and you vibrate at the level that you're surrounding yourself around. However, I want you to pay attention to how your behavior changes, how your mindset changes, the things that you think about yourself, the things that you think about others, how this is all shifting during this time. So a lot of this, and when I talk about the media, when I'm talking about distractions, I'm talking about how every moment that you're, glued into your phone, or you're talking to someone about something, like, it's all actually conditioning, and it's all programming, and it's all impacting you. And so I say this because a lot of people have been coming to me about their dreams, and they're saying, like, how they're having certain dreams around the hurricanes that are taking place, or they're having dreams around, like, their previous partners. They're having dreams about, like, just some things that they're coming up, and they're not really understanding why it's coming up. And it's ironic because, like, even my family have called me and they're like, I'm having these dreams, but I'm not I'm not understanding why I'm having them, and I have like a weird feeling about it. And what is it that you're trying to tell me? Or not even me, just like, what is the dream trying to tell you, you know? And so we have it to where when this happens, there's a series of questions that I always ask. And I talked about this in my previous episode, but I want you to really do some dissecting on how, like, what it is that you're taking on before you go to sleep. A lot of times, like, I can pick up on if someone is talking about me or if someone is thinking about me. Like, I can pick up on a lot of these things, but I have to ask myself certain questions and dissect if it's me and me processing it, or if it's me feeling what somebody else is feeling. And what happens is, a lot of times, like, your guides and spirit team may be trying to give you messages, right? Say they're trying to give you messages. Say they're trying to talk to you and express to you around what it is that you need to be doing, but you're not listening, or you're not receiving those messages. You're not getting them. And sometimes those messages will come through somebody else. So if you have an intuitive friend, if you have an intuitive friend and they just call you up and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, I had a dream," or "Are you okay? Like, is there something taking place that you're not talking to anybody about?" Like, if you have one of those friends, trust me, I'm one of those friends. If you have one of those friends, listen to them, because there's a message that you're not getting that your spirit team wants you to get, and because you're not listening, or you're not receiving that information, they are going to go through somebody else so that you can get that information. That is like literally what happens all the time. And that's why I talk about how the collective energy is impacting you, because it could be blocking you off from the messages that you're supposed to be receiving. And we consume so much in a day that we do have to clear our heads a little bit, or clear our space and energy around, like, really trying to focus on how this is going to look for us. How are we going to receive our messages? How are we going to get these things to come to us? Because we can't block ourselves from doing it. We can't. So 9 times out of 10, you'll get the message through someone else, and someone else that you may be receptive to hearing it from. You know, I really think we are in a time right now that we can go either one way or the other. We can really go into the positive or the negative. That goes for our self identification. That can go for how we look at other people, how we view the world. We're waking up at this moment, and I just want to be clear about the fact that we're all still connected. And regardless of how much you don't like someone or how much you don't like something, we're still in that same vicinity. We're still in that same field, the collective field with them. And if we're not going to, if we're not going to approach it in a way that can extend some compassion, especially during the 9 month, which is literally like compassion or war, um, we can really move in a negative direction as far as like how we view our world and what's going on. Like, just look at what October has brought us so far. Just look at what October has brought us so far, and like how it's really showing us that when it comes to survival, it's not about what you look like. It's not about what you have in your bank account. It's not about your background. It's literally, you're human. We're existing together. And I'm seeing a lot of this information coming through in the dreams. Now, the dreams are showing up. They're showing people exactly what it is that can pull you in the wrong direction. Just to say the least. I don't know what your dreams are. And the thing is, if you want to know what your dreams are saying and you want me to look at your dreams and I can talk about this on the podcast, go ahead and fill out a form at queenswillitdreams.com/illuminated ally. Okay. You can look at that and you can tell. So for example, if stairs are showing up in your dreams. These are levels of consciousness that you're going up and down the stairs. If you're going up, you're going into a higher state of consciousness. If you're going down, you're going to a lower state of consciousness. That doesn't mean bad. It just means lower, which means if you're at a basement level, this is like your survival root cause of being, in a sense. And if you're in the attic, this is where your mind resides. This is where your subconscious resides. This is where all the things, memories and feelings, emotions at a higher state of consciousness reside in the attic. Like, and this is just an example, but like when you have these dreams and you're like, okay, I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why this is happening. Like, this is what we start talking about, So a few things that you can do to clear yourself and clear the energy before you go to sleep is to comb through your aura. So like comb through your aura and like remove the gunk. You can ask your guides to support you in how you're or to protect you before you go to sleep. Set intentions. I talk about all of these things, but I really want everybody to realize like some of the messages that are coming up is that there's a sense of illusion. So not everything that sparkles is clean. Not everything that glitters is gold. And we're going to start seeing more and more and more of that. If you're having dreams and you are witnessing someone act in a different behavior than you've witnessed them act before, 9 times out of 10, that's probably what people really feel and think. Like, or how they may really be. You may be actually seeing someone for who they truly are in your dreams versus how they act in real life. Just saying, I'm putting it out there for anybody who is listening and you may be picking up on somebody's energy in that sense. You're witnessing something that that they're not showing you. And second, also realize that if this is a reoccurring dream, if you're constantly having a dream that someone's behaving in a certain light or a certain way, that doesn't always mean that they're that type of person. That could also just mean that you have something that you need to heal from, and they're just the messenger of how they're going to show up to you, or how that message is going to show up to you for what you need to heal from. Because like sometimes it's just like, okay, it's not somebody's character to be that type of person, but then you're dreaming of them in that light. It could be like they're angry or they can, treat you mean or whatnot. However, it could be just something that you're needing to process. So if you're looking at trying to figure out the difference between what's real, what's like a processing dream or something that's trying to tell you about somebody, that's something that we also talk about in my coaching program. And I coach you on how to learn the difference between the two. So yeah, I'm going to let you know it is going to be high emotions this month. Towards the end of the month, there's going to be a lot of different emotions that come up for you, but be mindful of the illusions that may show up, and be mindful that, and when I say illusions, just like, don't take everything at face value. Okay, don't take everything at face value. Like I said, everything that glitters isn't gold. Everything that sparkles isn't clean. And you're going to need to be a little bit flexible during this month, especially when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your energy and how you're approaching problems that you may have had before that are starting to show up again. Yes, and definitely approach things with love and light. I really feel that, and when I say love and light, I ain't on that BS about like everything spiritual is love and light and clouds and ponies and rainbows. Like, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. When I say approach things in love and light, it's more so of like your frequency and how you're vibrating when you're interacting with people and interacting with your issues and things that you need to heal from. Yeah. So even if it's the darkest thing in the world, you still need to approach it at a higher frequency, or you're going to be vibrating at that low, dark frequency. That's what it is. Pretty much. Be mindful, be open. I'm not even going to say the D word because I was so tired of hearing that. But like, be open to messages coming in from other people, because a lot of us, even in October, usually October, being a psychic medium, I will let you know, in October, the veil becomes very thin. So a lot of information comes in, and it can come in through somebody else. Okay. It can come in through me. It can come in through your friends, your family. It can come in through a stranger, so be open in knowing that some of the messages that you're not receiving or that you're not getting it because there's blockages. You may have distractions. You may have a lot of things happening. There may be a lot of illusions taking place. So the messages that you need to hear could come from somebody else. Okay. And if this is one of the messages that is coming from somebody else, me, then take it for what it is. Okay. Because I do feel there are some blockages that are coming up because everybody's so distracted by a lot of the things that are taking place at the moment. So take your time, drink water. I would say for most people here, drink water or have like a bowl of water under your bed or near your bed when you go to sleep, and allow and change it out every day. But allow yourself to feel a little bit more rejuvenated, get some rest. It is a high energy month. The 9 energy is going to close out a lot of things. So just be mindful and open to those closings. You're going to receive a lot of information. So that's why this is the time. If this is for you, this is the time to go ahead and just like be a part of the container to support you in receiving that information through our dream state, and have an actual community of people that are going to help you in the journey. And I am definitely open and excited. It's a long time coming. I usually do my Dream Warrior coaching one-on-one. I only do one-on-one coaching with this, particularly because everybody's dreams are different. However, because of the collective energy, and we're getting closer to the universal 9 year. Hear me out. The universal 9 year. So we're gonna need our support. We're gonna need the support for each other and by each other, with each other, for each other, because we're moving into interesting times. And I'm gonna leave it at that one for right now. So until the next episode, stay tuned, and thank you for listening. I really appreciate you all. Again, if you're looking for a live dream interpretation of your dreams, or if you're looking for a live reading, go ahead and click the links below and submit a form to be a part of the podcast. I am going to open this up. So now we're moving to the dream state. Okay, this is the dream effect. I am going to help you along in your journey with the dreams, but you have to let me know what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you need support in, and how I can support you in the dream world. So, all right, thank you again, and I appreciate you listening. Stay tuned for the next episode, and yeah, see you later. Bye. Thanks for joining us this week on the Illuminated Ally. You can also follow me on all social media platforms at Queens with Lit Dreams. If you love the show, please leave a rating so I can continue to bring more episodes that you love. If you enjoyed this experience and want to personally check it out for yourself, visit www.queenswithlitdreams.com. As always, subscribe to the show, leave feedback on what you want to hear next, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.